Doesn't make sense now.
The subway system in Manhattan, part of the experience here in New York. We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Los Angeles Clippers come in for this one. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. Now let's get a pregame report from Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who spoke moments ago with Doc Rivers. David.
Well, guys, when I asked him what impressed him the most about today's opponent, he immediately referred to the explosiveness on their offense. He said they have so many different ways to hurt you that it's impossible to take away everything. It's just about damage control. And he acknowledged they've got a big job to do defensively. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David.
You know, it's been a long time coming to be able to say this, but I'm starting to sense some hope and optimism with this Knicks basketball team. I mean, they're in a good spot financially. They're going to have flexibility in terms of filling out that roster. And then you've got a core of young talent that is exciting the fan base in which you can build around.
Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And the Clippers starting five. Veteran backcourt with CP3 and Redick at the 1 and the 2. The Dunkers, Griffin and Jordan are the bigs. And it's Mbah a Moute in at the 3 spot. And for the Knicks and their positive outlook, when New York has a Knicks team that they love, it can capture the hearts of the entire city.
And you have some of the most diehard fans in the world wearing Knicks colors. There's no doubt about it. You can see the team also has improved the ball movement and the team play in the last couple seasons. Knicks are starting to become a team that is exciting to watch, win or lose.
Whether they win a title or not or go deep in the playoffs, this has certainly been a fantastic era for the Clippers. Always competitive, the most sustained success they've ever had.
And he's good on the second. Without a doubt, as you said, Smitty, this has been the golden age of Clipper basketball. They're with this Clipper franchise, a long streak of making the playoffs and having won the division a few times as well.
It means a lot for this franchise. They have been down in the dumpsters for a long time. No matter what this team accomplished, Clipper fans have to be proud of the way this team has played the last half-decade.
When you watch Porzingis play out there on the floor, he is just pure excitement. On either end of the floor, you have to expect the unexpected. And watch Greg for big plays because he has been delivering.
He comes up with what I call momentum plays more often than not. The pitching for the huge putback dunk or the block. His style of play is why he became so popular so quickly.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And one thing about Kristaps Porzingis, you know he can overcome adversity. I mean, he was booed heavily on draft day for not being the selection the fans wanted. And you know what? Didn't let it bother him and didn't take it personal. All he did was go out and win over every fan of the New York Knicks imaginable. And he made a few more. Just a spectacular rookie campaign. And I just tell you guys, the sky is the limit for this young man.
Now Rose after the missed three from Joakim Noah. Anthony kicks to Lee. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. And for Porzingis getting booed on draft day, that can leave a sour taste in a lot of players' mouths, but he understood it, and he just uses it as motivation.
Kevin, give him credit. A lot of players may let that distract them or detract from who they are, but not Porzingis. That exciting play, though, quickly won over any critics he may have had.
That free throw from Lee is good. He's perfect from the line this time. And everyone knows that the Knicks have been committed to the triangle offense. Not the easiest offense to run or learn, Greg Anthony, but they are staying with it.
And I think for the foreseeable future, that is going to be the plan. I mean, their roster can work with it, but it hasn't been easy thus far. You wonder if the offense has simply fallen out of favor due to the up-tempo nature of the modern NBA.
He's incredibly difficult to guard, Blake Griffin. He's 6'10", 250-something pounds. He has size, but he also has quickness like a guard.
The Clippers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And New York making a change here. Both good from the line that time. On defense, the Clippers. Rose passes to Lee. Here's Kuzminskis. 1:29 left to play here in the first. And that one's good, Anthony.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
Well, defensive end as a team, you must be on the same page. On that possession, they were not.
Now, here's Redick. All up top, he's covered by Rose. 6 to shoot, and Mbah-a-Moute. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
CP3 moving the basketball around. That's what you want out of your point guard.
Lee dishes to Carmelo. Right side Rose, and Jordan sends it back. Redick is in the corner. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Noah with a screen on Paul. Rose kicks it to Noah. Shoots from 14, and it's Griffin with the rebound.
Tell you what, the defense got lucky there because you know he can hit it from mid-range.
Down low, stolen by Noah. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And taken away by Johnson. Steps back and fires. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
That's what they do. They find the high percentage shots, and they nail them.
And that does it for the first quarter. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 8. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Austin Rivers' father, Doc, is the head coach, of course, of the Clippers, and he talked about what it's like to play for his dad.
And I think it's because we've always had that type of relationship where he's always kind of just been a father/coach. So now he's a coach at work and off the floor, he's a father.
Always an entertaining dynamic when you have a father coaching a son. We've seen it in college basketball a few times in the past, most recently at UCLA, but this is a first in the NBA.
It looks like it doesn't make any difference in the case of Doc and Austin Rivers. He's just one of the Clippers, and Doc doesn't treat him any differently.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
That quarter was all about ball movement and shooting. Lights out opening action there.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, Maurice Spates out there with Pierce. And it's Rivers, then it's Johnson, and it's Crawford at the 2. And the relationship between a coach and his players, so critical, obviously, to a team's success. What qualities, Steve, in your mind, make a great coach?
Well, I think the coach, first of all, has to be a great X and O's, but then I think he has to have a great feel for different personalities. Then I think he has to build the right culture that fits everybody.
Count that bucket.
When it comes to contested jump shots, Jamal Crawford is simply one of the best at sinking them.
Knicks trail by 7. Outside, Porzingis. The drive by Jennings. The teardrop falls in.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Crawford outside. Passes it to Spates. Lets it go with the 3. Rivers can't get it to go. Hernan Gomez passes to Holiday. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's the screen. Porzingis with the ball. Now Pierce defending. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Porzingis. So it's the Clippers now. Crawford outside. Top of the key, Pierce. Johnson kicks to Rivers. Shot clock at 6. Pierce wide open. He fires. Hands it from downtown.
And Pierce squaring up immediately after getting the pass. I look at Austin Rivers, a guy who came to this league where you said he's a scorer, needed the basketball in his hand. But right now, he is a viable combo guard coming off the bench. Can run your team offensively at the point guard position, guard both positions, and he can still score.
The shot by Pierce will not go.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Jennings kicks to Porzingis. Rivers against Jennings. From down in the low post, it goes. Jennings has got his second bucket of the game to go. And for Rivers, Steve, you could argue that uncertainty hampered his growth early in his career. He seems much more at home and is playing with a lot more confidence. You can just see it on the floor.
Yeah, I think for him is the game has slowed down. And you talk about confidence. Yes, he's usually coming off the bench, but he has the confidence like a starter, and that's what you love about Austin Rivers.
Now here's Jennings. From deep three-point range, and the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Clippers lead by 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the... Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. They were able to stretch out their lead to 8 points on the heels of a few stops and some quality offensive possessions. After one, they held an 8-point advantage. Going into the second quarter, they lost a little focus, sacrificed some points, but still finished with a 4-point cushion at the half. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
The second half is gut check time for the defense. Allowing over 60% shooting is weak sauce. Weak barbecue sauce, weak Butterfinger sauce, weak sauce, period. The coach needs a light fire under these guys. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it, Ernie.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
The skyline of Midtown Manhattan so beautifully lit up tonight as we welcome you back to New York City. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You look at J.J. Redick, what a contribution.
And even though the defensive pressure and attention was squarely on him in that first half, yet he's still able to be the most effective player on the floor.
It just goes to show you how special of a player he is. Even when all the eyes are on him, he still shows up and comes up big for his squad.
Knicks trail by 4. Melo and Porzingis, the two stars at the forward spots. Rose is out there with Lee. And it's Noah in at the 5 spot. They're the group for Jeff Hornacek starting the second half. And he makes good on the layup. Rose has got the first basket of the third quarter for the Knicks.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Griffin. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
When you put a smaller player on Blake, he has the ability to drive it, draw contact, and get to the free throw line.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. That free throw good from Griffin. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And nowadays we see a lot less players who stay on one team for their entire career. Smitty, you played for 6 different teams in your career. Would you have rather stayed in just one spot?
No, I think when I look at it, when I look back at my career, at first at the time, Kevin, a little upset moving around, but the experience I got and to win a championship, I got a chance to move from organization to organization, meet so many different people. I like the change. My wife didn't like it.
I was just going to say, how'd your family react to all that?
Well, the one thing about it is my kids weren't old enough to change. They weren't in school yet, so that helped.
Huge.
My wife, I got to give her a lot of credit. She did a good job of being the champion at home while I was gone.
Do you know what they say? Behind every successful man is a surprised wife. You and I are lucky in that regard, aren't we?
Yes, indeed.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. There's the pick. Paul kicks to Mbamute. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Felton's checked in. New York trailing. Lee kicks to Anthony. New York moving the ball around. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a 3-point play. And you have to give credit to Derrick Rose. He has improved a great deal in his ability to reduce mistakes in his ball handling. Always has had, Steve, great handle, but now he is just avoiding bad situations, it seems.
You know, at times when you have that experience, you play for a while, the game slows down. And I think for Derrick Rose, he's getting a chance to see the game at a speed that he's so comfortable, knowing that he needs teammates to win basketball games, and he is doing a nice job of not turning it over.
Feeds it to Paul. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Cans the shot from the wing. And the Knicks with possession here. Trailing by 2. Rose dishes to Lee. Anthony, the pass to Lee. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle going. And the foul called on the Los Angeles Clippers. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
That free throw from Lee is good. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Austin Rivers comes in for Chris Paul. And so he makes both from the line.
He just can't miss from the line right now. He is the guy you want taking those shots.
Felton kicks to Rivers. The pass to Felton. Picked by Griffin. Fires from deep. Raymond Felton, and that's good. Felton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Nice screen by Blake Griffin. There's no way you can get around him.
Rose kicks to Lee. Anthony with the screen on Crawford. Kuzminskis the pass to Carmelo. All alone. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Now Felton. Kicks it to Griffin. Misses, and he wants that one back. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Clippers on top. They lead by 1. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Let's hear what Doc Rivers has going on over in his huddle.
Hey, guys, we need a run right here. Come on now. You're right there. You're right there. All right, let's go.
And sensing the need to string together more baskets, Doc Rivers giving his team a little pep talk.
Yeah, he's going after the momentum. I mean, Doc sees an opportunity here for them to put their stamp on this game.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Redick and Bamute make up the perimeter. The dunkers, Griffin and Jordan, are the bigs. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot. 5 to shoot. Over in the corner, and Bamute. They get it back.
Can't let DeAndre get loose near the rim. He's very good at tracking down those rebounds.
Knicks trail by 3. Outside Jennings. Outside Porzingis. Releases. Anthony can't hit.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
And Bamute dishes to Paul, trying his luck deep, gets it to go from beyond the arc.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
I don't think the defense have given up. I just think it's too much offensive firepower to hold in check.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Line for Knicks, Carmelo Anthony. At the line for 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that brings them within 5.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
Here's Griffin. Knicks with the rebound.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Anthony kicks it to Noah. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Noah, the former Gator, is really one of those guys you have to have on your team if it's about winning.
Shooting from the court, Joakim Noah. At the line for two.
Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Jennings drives in, got a piece of it. Baamute with the steal. And pushing it out, here's Los Angeles. Ball with the ball, taken away by Anthony. To the paint, wants to get it off to Noah and does.
Noah was aggressive on that play on the offensive end. Tough for the defense to be able to stop him without fouling.
Line for Knicks, Joakim Noah. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. Derrick Rose is checked in for Brandon Jennings. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a 1-possession game.
Right spot, wrong time. When the defense collapses on you, kick it out.
Anthony, the pass to Noah. A shot off that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Here's Griffin, kicks it out to Paul. Outside Griffin. Picked by Griffin. Jordan dishes to Paul. Count it!
There's nobody you want taking a clutch shot more than Chris Paul. He loves the big moment.
New York calls timeout. They're behind by 5. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek said to his team. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look, guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
Thank you, David. Here's Anthony. Connects! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He got the ball in perfect position, went up over the smaller defender, and laid it in for a big bucket.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Now the Clippers with it, and that's an intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
6 feet tall, 175 pounds. Chris Paul plays way bigger than those numbers.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those two to fall.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They trail by 5. There's 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, coaches tell them take the easy points in a hurry and then foul as soon as possible.
They don't have a whole lot of time left, so that strategy makes the most sense.
Porzingis against Griffin. Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony again missing. And so they foul intentionally.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
At the line for the Clippers, Chris Paul. At the line for 2.
Two shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Every little bit helps. Outstanding work hitting those free throws.
New York calls timeout. They're losing by 7. 12 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And look, this one's out of reach. I don't know what they're thinking with this timeout.
Well, maybe the coach just wants a chance to try out a new play here. But I agree, this one is over.
Twelve seconds left in the fourth quarter. A three. New York, no good that time either. Crawford with the ball. So the Clippers with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. See you next time.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And with this one in the books, we're ready to present our Chris Paul. As so often is the case, he was the straw that stirred up the passion, the confidence, the closing ability that we saw from his team tonight.
Fantastic. I mean, that performance by Chris Paul, they were humming like a fine-tuned engine and him running the show. His vision, his leadership, his attitude, he was the glue that held them together tonight. And he couldn't have been any better in this win.
I know a thing or two about high field goal percentages, and his was insane tonight. Tells you about the quality of the looks he was getting. But even when the shot was contested, he still found a way to get it to go. Excellent game tonight.
And that's it for tonight, but we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.